Hi guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. Today we're going to talk about Beducated. I will forever be a student. I love learning, I love soaking up new information. If there's something I'm curious about, unsure about, or want to learn more about, I'm going to do everything within my power to educate myself on that topic. I think as a female, I grew up in a culture that was very anti-anything sexual for women. It wasn't sex positive. It was always so hush hush, taboo, don't you dare get pregnant sort of messaging. And when I did finally start learning more about sex, sensuality, any of that, it mostly came from partners, people I was dating at the time, which looking back is just poor little Victoria. And so it felt like you're trying to fit into this mold of what they wanted and what they desired rather than trying to figure out what you yourself wanted. I'm in my 30s and I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. Knowledge is power. That's something I always say, and I want to feel empowered and powerful. And now, thanks to technology and plenty of progressive, like-minded people, we now have all these resources to educate ourselves finally. So today, like I said, I'm going to talk about Beducated again. I did a video with them in the past, which I'll link down below. I took another course from them. So Beducated is described as the sex ed you wish you'd had, which I think is so true. It reminds me of when I was younger, like in high school, I think. An older girl would be explaining how to do something, like putting a tampon in is the one specific example that comes to mind. And you would hang on to every word because you were so curious and so like hungry for the information, but you were so shy, like too shy to ask the question yourself. It also feels like an older sibling or a friend or an aunt sitting down and chatting with you. Like it's just so very comfortable and relatable, in my opinion. There's a whole library of courses available ranging in all sorts of different topics, so you can find something that you're interested in, curious about, comfortable with to start with, and then if you want to start to explore and to learn more about things that maybe you're curious about, you can start dabbling into new areas. And regardless of whether you're in a relationship, single, how you identify, there are courses for you. So in the description of each course, it has the course length, which I think is very helpful because you know what you're committing to. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I have time. I could definitely commit to a course that says it's an hour and a half rather than one that says it's, 5 hours. It also tells you whether or not there's nudity, and both of the courses I've taken now haven't had any nudity. So it's just really easy to just pop in some headphones and listen to the course videos while you're going about your day. So this time, the course that I went with is called Sexual Confidence, Building Your Self-Esteem in and Out of the Bedroom. Overall, I don't feel like I'm a very confident person. I am naturally pretty shy, kind of awkward. I shrink to the edges, try to blend in, but I would love to work on that. I'd love to have a more commanding, confident presence instead. So in this particular course, the videos were filmed when Luna, the instructor, was hosting an online course where she had students there live with her through the computer. So it felt very natural. It felt like you were just another one of the students, and it wasn't so like her staring into your soul and talking to you one-on-one, which sometimes it feels like it just felt you were part of the group. So she went through and she asked a lot of questions to the other students taking the course of like, what characteristics come to mind when you think of a confident woman? And they'd list them off and she'd read them out and talk about each of them. Well, not all of them, but you just there's a nice conversation going. So it turns out women approach sex from a performative mindset, which I can definitely agree with, instead of one based in connection and their own pleasure. So she's taking you through this mentality that we've been taught, that we've been brought up with, and how we can slowly start chipping away with that and replacing it with these more positive mindsets and mentalities. So like I said, I was scrolling through the course library and there's so many great options, so many that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to learn more about that, or ooh, that's kind of I don't know, I'm curious about that. Search it based on topic, instructor, featured content, popular courses, or just all of the courses. And so I did it by all the courses, and I just went through and I was just kept a little list of oh, I want to take that one, and oh, that one would be interesting, and ooh, maybe I dare to take that one, sort of thing. Beducated is hosted on a website. That's their platform. That's where you go to take the courses. You can try it out 24 hours for free to I would say that's enough time to take a course. or depending on how much time you have, you could probably take a couple courses, but it's enough to kind of like get a taste for it. And then you have two options where you can pay monthly or annually, and the monthly subscription is $24.99 US, and the annual subscription, it is billed out annually, but it comes down to $16.67 a month. Overall, Beducated is just a very like welcoming, comfortable platform where it's not like you don't feel like overwhelmed and assaulted by information and like clutching your pearls. Like, so it has like very like innocent courses, and then it dives over into the other end. So like you can start out where you feel comfortable and like dip your toes in and just whatever feels comfortable to you. But this, I feel like as women, we are just really let down with the education and all this, so we have to take it upon ourselves to be our teachers. And thankfully there are people that know more than us out there that are sharing the wealth of knowledge and creating content and courses, and I'm so grateful for it. And this is just, yeah, a great resource to have, and I think definitely worth the money when you factor into like how many courses you could take. Can't wait to take some more. So thank you to Beducated for sponsoring today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it like piques your interest to like go check it out, take a course, try it out. I think it's time that we like, just like everything else, take back the control, educate ourselves, and quit getting our sexual education from other mediums that aren't as like friendly to females or aren't focused in female like sensuality and pleasure. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.